Hi, hello. It's me, Ines of Teich. I'm really proud to present you this project. We've got a lot of questions relating to the reconstruction of a natural pool or a swim pond into a Swimmteich, meaning a natural pool without any plants, technique or chemicals. And this one is a rebuild, more or less, of a classical swim pond into a Teichdoctor Teich, into a Swimmteich. And we are proud to present it.
Your channel for Swimmteichs. Nature in your garden and water that's alive. Enjoy watching.
So originally, this family had a swim pond, a classical swim pond with plants and a little waterfall that ran into the water, and a sand filter, a big sand filter. They had this swim pond since 2002. For about 20 years. They were very happy with it, or more or less happy with it. In the end, it was the problem that it was always turbid, that the plants did not really grow well. And let me just explain in a few words how it looked like. It had nearly the depth that it has now, so nearly 3 meters deep. On both sides of the water body they had these regeneration zones with plants, and most important, the whole bottom was covered with gravel. And they found out after many years that it is impossible to clean the liner underneath the gravel. And that's why they started to think about a rebuild, a reconstruction, a change into a Swimmteich. And this year, in 2025, they started it after consulting a few experts and after reading our book. They got the understanding for the system and they started to plan the reconstruction. So in the beginning of March they started. They had the truck come to the outside of their property, and the truck had a little excavator that they needed, and this excavator just digged out everything that was in there, the gravel and the plants, and they just took it wherever, so they just threw it away. And then they also had to remove the liner, the original liner, and then they could start the modification work. So what they did is, of course, they tried to get the depth of 3.5 meters, which they wonderfully succeeded. And they put a new liner, and they just did everything that was necessary, like the conic walls. And the most important thing, because they already found out when they had their old swim pond that after heavy rains they always had turbid water. And now that they understand this system, they also understand why that happened whenever it rained. Because after some years there was no real edge between the swim pond and the outside. They didn't have a drainage, a ring drainage, and that's something really important for whoever builds something like that. It's important that no surface waters run into your swimming water. And so they had to add this ring drainage. They did that, and that's also the reason why they could not make the regeneration zone as wide as it should be. as wide as recommended. You know already it should be 2 meters wide, and here it is not. So here they had this area with plants, and when they did the reconstruction, the modification, of course it was very hard to widen the regeneration zone. So because they didn't want to add any earth, any soil, and they had to add the ring drainage, and they couldn't add some property outside, so they just left it like this. It's about 1.5 meters. So if you remember, or if you know how the regeneration zone should be like, it should be 70 here on this spot, it should be 17 centimeters deep. And now imagine, if this is 2 meters wide, it's all fine. But if this is smaller, then the ankle here is much steeper, and then all the gravel easily drops on the stones. So you just rise the level of the stepping stones, and like that again you have a not so steep ankle, and you can have the gravel here, and it does not all drop on the stones. So, and I also want to mention that we definitely recommend, whenever you build newly, you should have a regeneration zone that is 2 meters wide, not more, not less. But if for any reasons this is not possible, it's also good, especially in this case, because they have a very large deep zone. So their flat zone is just here, but the deep zone starts here and runs right to the end there. So this is a very big, deep water body, and that of course also helps to support the stability of the water. One thing I want to mention here as well, that's something we have not seen in this way before. They have a skimmer. The skimmer is installed right at the end of the regeneration zone, and the water comes filtered, comes out here and runs into the Swimmteich again. So like this you have something like a well stone, but it's just the end of the skimmer, which I really like. This Swimmteich is now about April, May, June, July, 5 months old, more or less, and it already, of course, developed the biofilm and the sediments that I call dust. And I want to show you a spot in the regeneration zone where it looks dirty, but it's very easy to make it clean. What? No, another second. I think you can see here, all this looks like it's growing something. This is just the sediments that just drop down. It's dust, as I call it, and it's quite easy to remove it. You just go a little over it. You just make a flotation, and you see the sediments rise and they will drop down, and then you can just broom them down. And where you have done this and you have not even touched the gravel will be clean and nice. So it's very easy to maintain a Swimmteich. Yeah. The size of this Swimmteich, the longest length is 20 meters and it is 7 meters wide on the widest side. With the original swim pond, they didn't have an entrance, not a real one. So when they did the reconstruction, they of course wanted to have steps into their Swimmteich, and that's the result. They modeled, at the end of the digging, they modeled these steps out of the soil, and that was easy because the soil was fit for that. And then they just covered it with liner and these beautiful stones. I will show you shortly where they had the big filter. So all this area was their sand filter for the original swim pond. And they never liked it because it didn't look very nice. They had to clean it. It always was stuck with dirt. So they are very happy that they can use it in a different way now. And now, last, I just want to show you what I think is real visible here, the quality of leisure time. So here I think you can really see that the family appreciates their Swimmteich and they really use it. This looks like a teenager place. Breakfast terrace. Wonderful spot to take a sun bath. It's so inviting. Then here, beautiful spot to have a little rest, chilling area, and I also appreciate this beautiful view from here. So that's also why they have a lot of spots on this side. Place for coffee time in the afternoon and a romantic, nice spot with roses. For the evening maybe? Yeah, I can imagine because the sun goes down there, so these are the sunset spaces. So yeah, I think that first of all we are really happy that we can introduce this project to you because it's a reconstruction and we are asked so many times, and I think it's a really successful reconstruction, and yeah, we are very grateful that we were allowed to show it to you. Thanks, Karin and Martin. So I think for me, I am really keen on jumping into the water now, so I will finish my talking and we'll try to go for a swim soon. So have a nice day and stay with us. Give us a thumb up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.